a headshot and I was only able to inflict 16 damage? What? What is that? That's some craziness. Oh. Okay. They are taking up extremely good defensive positions on the hill here, so I'm a little bit worried about this, of course. But what else can I do? What else can I do except try to do as much damage as possible to them with my bow? Hello and welcome back to the last days, and we have a battle against some rune scouts on Lord Elrond's party. You may think that, well, why is Lord Elrond actually in this fight to begin with? Well, it's actually because he is indeed outnumbered and indeed ambushed by the forces of Gundabad. They were actually nearby attempting to defend Dol Guldur, and, well, they completely ambushed him. The Rune Scout party managed to catch up and they were able to very easily overwhelm him. And you can see here that we're going to try and sneak up on the right flank a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Just bear in mind that obviously I'm going to be much more accurate on my mount, and I'm going to try something a little bit later on because a number of people have been still trying to help me with my whole shield problem and the accuracy that I see when I'm actually on foot, and I do appreciate that. But here's the thing, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to unequip my shield, and I'm going to see what it's actually like when I'm next on foot, and maybe that's going to make a difference, because it might very well be that I don't know, I'm having some kind of weird... I'm not entirely sure what to even really quantify it as, but it's not an error and it's not a bug, but I'm able to use a shield in one of my hands in comparison to what I'm actually able to do, or what I should be able to do, because I shouldn't actually be able to have a shield in my hand while I'm using a bow, but for some reason I am. So that's the main problem here, you see. And that's usually happening while I'm on foot. I can't actually do that, as you can see by this message right here. Shield is too big to be used with a bow. However, when I'm on foot, that message doesn't come up, and I'm actually able to use my shield at the same time. So it's a bit weird. I'm not entirely sure. Ah, yes. Rivendell, they're very good, aren't they? Yes, they are indeed very good. I was wholeheartedly expecting to get eliminated in this battle, and there's only about 10 units remaining, but still, this is exactly the reason why Rivendell actually lasts for a very, very big portion of the game up until all of the northern factions have been eliminated, because that's basically how the last days is potentially supposed to go. It very much depends, though, obviously, on how the player reacts to certain events, because obviously if the player is playing with Rune, then it's most likely that Rune is going to be quite strong. However, if you as the player were deciding to play with Dale, for instance, or maybe with the Vale of Anduin or something along those lines, then that they in turn are going to be much, much more powerful than others. And so that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. And those are, that's a pretty good situation to have, obviously, for those people. But then that indeed means that Rivendell is going to be suffering pretty heavily after that, because once Thranduil's Halls and Wood Elf West Camp have fallen, well, who are the next enemies we're going to be fighting? Well, it's going to be these guys right here. It's going to be the Elves. They're going to be the ones that we will indeed end up targeting after that. So otherwise, let's just get a couple of these people leveled up. I've got a lot of Outriders actually up and coming right here, and we do have a lot of Warriors of the Ox as well. I've got 42 of these monsters. They are super good for sieges and things like that, but not so good for pretty much anything else, which is the main reason why I think I'm actually fielding a... Well, it's a pretty weak army at the moment. My army is not exactly strong. And you can see I used to have about 40 or so Balkoth horse archers, and now I only have about 11, which is really bad. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to sort of rectify that situation as time goes on, but obviously the natural, shall we say, the natural flow of things is interchangeable at times, and things do end up one way or another with your unit composition, because obviously it's all determined by the barracks, and it's determined by what kinds of units are available there at the time. And if you very badly want to have a significant army, in terms of numbers at least, you're going to have to take whatever you can get. And so the barracks does determine your composition slightly, and that's the reason why I have so many of those warriors of the Ox with me at the moment. Anyway, Carn Dûm has actually been besieged by Master Fjordur, which is down here. That's a very ballsy move, in my opinion. I feel like he's taking a bit of a gamble there. And let's actually see what's going on here, because I'd like to head into this siege if at all possible. I would like to tell him to do this, but I'm not entirely sure if I can actually do that. No, I can. Look at that. So because he's in the siege already, boom, there we go. Because he's actually, like, you know, preparing to go into the siege, I should have a pretty easy time of doing this. So let's just get a couple of extra noble riders. Bear in mind that obviously Rune is actually quite weak when it comes to doing sieges, which is somewhat unfortunate. Yeah, as you can see right there, Carn Dûm has now stopped being besieged because, well, you would expect that, wouldn't you? I mean, really, you know, trying to very, very badly defeat the Elves is a massive, massive undertaking indeed. And yeah, okay, so here we go. I should have unequipped my shield before heading in here. My bad, my bad. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to deal with it for the moment. Oh, that's a nice headshot. Look at that. Nice headshot straight away. Very good. Maybe I can get another one right here. Look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. Did you see that? My crosshair was right on top of these guys, and yet my arrow was just very slightly grazing past. Super funny right there. Anyway, I hit a friendly troop, but that may just inspire them to be a little bit faster, you know, fight a little bit harder, you know. That's the kind of thing that orcs and uruks are used to, of course. They're used to fighting under the oppressive forces of Saruman and obviously Mr. Sauron himself. But anyway, there you go. That was a wonderful victory right there. I basically did nothing, because that is to be expected. Gundabad has done a great job, though, of eliminating the Wood Elf West camp and diminishing their defenses quite nicely. Now, the Guardians of the Woodland Realm are actually still milling about here. They're not really able to do too much to us, because they just move so incredibly slowly. There's not really anything they can actively take part in, you know. That's the main problem for them. And we're actually just going to be charging with our allies right here just to eliminate Miriel so that she can go back to Thranduil's halls. And as you can see right there, there's 453 in the garrison. But now that there's only one target remaining, I am wholeheartedly expecting the forces of Gundabad and the forces of Rune at the same time. Yes, as you can see right there, they are actually going to be attacking. Oh, it seems like they're actually attacking King Thranduil himself. So I should probably head over there in just a second. So let me actually just see if I can do that. So Horse Archer. Let's get some Swift Horsemen right there. And we'll just take the Tribal Warriors. I mean, we'll just take as many of them as we can get, basically. Oh yeah, I actually spent a little bit of time getting some more food as well, by the way. So you can see here that we have 2 days old beef. I should probably just sell that in general. And then we'll just get, no, not this, thank you. We'll just get the fresh beef. I can't do that just yet. Now I will get the fresh beef. I don't know, there's some weird thing with Warband where you can't buy the same food stuff at the same time as the thing that you just transferred back from your inventory. It's a bit weird. Don't know why that happens, but it's okay, because we can now move on. And I think what I'm going to do is next time I lose a couple of units, I'm going to speak to Zigafel, see if I can get a couple more werewolves. How many of those do I actually even have right now? I have Are you serious? Did I seriously lose all of my werewolves? It seems like that is indeed the case. That's kind of strange. Okay, well, Rune is now ready to attack Thranduil's halls. I think we should have a pretty easy time of things. Is he actually wanting to fight King Thranduil himself? I think he is. Look, there he is. You know, sometimes I think that the AI is super, super good. They're very, very smart about how they go about things. This is crazy good. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to be going in here, 367 against the enemy's 145. This is open field, so we are going to have an absolutely wonderful time eliminating King Thranduil, and hopefully we will be able to do some wonderful, wonderful shots from horseback here. Maybe get a little bit more archery proficiency. Oh yeah, someone actually mentioned that equipping a shield on foot might reduce my archery proficiency by enough so that it actually causes us to be quite inaccurate, and that makes sense. That makes a whole bunch of sense. So I'm thinking, as I said before, I'll probably try to unequip the shield as we go forward here, and maybe once we go into the siege of Thranduil's halls, we might get an answer to our theory crafting, and we'll see if maybe that has any tangible effect. It would be nice to know, at the very least. And we're doing quite some pretty decent damage right here. It seems like the text log is having some problems catching up with all of the information currently streaming from the bottom there. But yeah, anyway, let's just see if I can maybe do some damage. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. Generally, I very much appreciate doing damage with my two-handed. I actually like dealing damage with my two-handed much more than I like using my bow. Mainly because my bow and its proficiency is so high right now that I really don't need to use it, you know. Basically, the only reason why I'd use it is if I cannot use my two-handed. So I should probably try to maximize the efficiency of using our two-handed a little bit more. Anyway, let's take some good quality metal scraps from there, and now let's see what Rune decides to do, because I'm kind of perplexed. It seems like they... No, the Guardians are not really doing much. What are they doing? Traveling to the Northern Rune Outpost. This is very strange. I don't know why they would do that. I suppose I'll go over there as well then. We did lose... Oh, there we go. Someone from Mount Gundabad has now besieged Thranduil's halls, and I think we're probably just going to let the AI take the heavy lifting here, for the most part. And I'm actually going to be doing this. King's Guard should be... Yeah, look at that. She actually gains experience for doing this as well, by the way. And actually some really, really good experience. So now she has another point to spend. We're going to go for some more surgery, more first aid. She has 10 in surgery now, which is absolutely amazing. And there we go. I like it. I like it. Alright, so Thranduil's halls is now under siege, so we should probably go over there and see what's up. But generally what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice Gundabad as much as I possibly need to. It's no longer under siege. Oh, that's interesting. So they stopped the siege almost immediately upon starting it. Alright, well, I guess we're going to see what happens with Thranduil's halls in due time. Alright, so we have a bit of a fight on our hands here. This is me and one war party up against the king himself. This is King Thranduil, and obviously we have defeated him before, but he was very, very weakened at that point. And this time around, things are not the same. No, he's actually quite strong here. He has about 150 units. Wow, I can't actually believe I hit anyone with that shot. And the second one. What? What's actually going on there? That's crazy. Okay, well, I didn't do that much damage with the first two shots, unfortunately. A headshot, and I was only able to inflict 16 damage? What? What is that? That's some craziness. Oh. Okay. Well, that's also kind of crazy. And that's exactly the point why I continually say that elves are crazy in the last days. They are so incredibly strong. And now here's the thing, I'm not standing still, right? You know, I'm not standing still. I'm walking from one side to the other. I'm not making it easy for them, but yet they are so incredibly accurate, so incredibly deadly that they can still keep up with me. They can still track exactly where I'm walking, and boom, 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 I'm dead in a matter of basically seconds. As soon as they lock onto me, it's done. You know, that's it. So, lesson learned. Lesson learned. I should really be reminded by this. And while we were able to completely devastate them, mainly because I think they might have been distracted by me actually being behind their enemy lines, because with me being behind there, they kind of turned towards me and were not shooting at any of the people that were descending upon them from the front. And I think that might have made a bit of a difference. A very small, very, very small difference. Anyway, Guardians of the Woodland Realm are still kind of walking around here. And it's a little bit strange, really, because I had a campaign be called. They literally called for a campaign. Jarl Helkaroth was like, oh, we should go and march upon Mirkwood and so on. And I thought, oh, that's perfect. You know, that's a great idea. You know, good work, Mr. Jarl, Mr. Jarl Helkaroth. And yeah, he then decided, once I had caught up with him and I spoke to him, he said, okay, yes, just follow me and then we'll go to where we need to go to, you know, conduct our business. And you know what he did? 5 seconds later, he was like, okay, we're done. That's it. Goodbye. The classic. That is the classic thing that happens in Warband sometimes whenever they call for a campaign. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother going back there right now because I am 100% believing that they're not even going to do that, in my opinion. They're not even going to go for it. They're just literally going to do some random stuff. They generally don't tend to stick with it long enough for me to make it worth my while, pretty much, going over there. And I've done that multiple times now where I've thought to myself, oh, they're actually going to attack, and then I go there, and then it's too late. So yeah. What? Are we seriously eating rotten beef right now? Look at this. Rotten beef actually does give me party morale? Are you serious about that? I guess orcs are eating it? Do I have any orcs even? No. Oh, I guess werewolves? Werewolves might eat it? I'm not entirely sure, but I don't have any orcs with me whatsoever. Maybe I need to change that. Let's go into the barracks. Should I get a troll? Why not? Why not? Let's get a troll. Why not? That sounds like a good idea to me. And let's get a couple of orcs as well. Oh, let's get some orcish berserkers. They're super fun, right? They're super fun to watch. So let's get a couple of those. Let's get some goblin riders, some North Clan skirmishers, some warg riders, and so on and so forth. And then we'll get another skirmisher as well. Okay, so we have a mountain troll. So that's going to be quite fun to watch, actually, because generally I feel like trolls are super enjoyable because while they do move relatively slowly, they are exceptional at absorbing damage. They really are extremely good at that. So hopefully that's going to help us out quite a bit. Alright, so let's be a little bit careful here because I wouldn't mind conducting a bit of a siege here. Master Fëanor has been shown to do a little bit of this. Aha. Okay, hello there. Let's see if I can maybe get into a bit of fisticuffs with these guys. I'm gonna move the mountain troll to the top here. I'd like to actually see. Can I not see its stats? I'd like to see the troll's stats if at all possible. Maybe I can see, maybe I can't. It doesn't look like it actually. It doesn't look like that I can actually do that. That's kind of strange, but I guess they just really don't want you to see how powerful the trolls actually are, because no doubt they have, like, I don't even know, 1,000 HP or something crazy like that. But, yeah, this is what's currently going on in Lothlorien. Not too much. Celeborn is obviously wanting to defend his land as much as he possibly can, and that's pretty much that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go all the way over to Rohan right now, because it's been a while since we've come down here, basically. And it would be a good idea for me to try and assist Isengard at least a little bit. I don't want to assist them too much because of things that might or might not happen later on. But I think it might be a good investment of our time, at least at the moment, to maybe fight a couple of Rohan vassals or something like that. Try and weaken them a little bit, because I think they're actually doing quite well. As you can see, the Woodland Realm is actually negative 1,185. They are literally crushed at this point. And I personally feel like that should result in an automatic defeat of their faction. But obviously, the game doesn't work like that, and they want people to just besiege them and eliminate them. But obviously, as it stands right now, Thranduil's halls is so incredibly well defended that it's very, very difficult for anyone to pretty much get in there and finish the job. So we'll see what happens with that. West Emnet has actually come under siege multiple times as well. unfortunately, it doesn't look as though that's actually resulting in much. And Lossarnach has actually come under siege as well, which is all the way down here. Do we want to help Mordor, though? That's the main problem. I don't really want to help Mordor that much. So I'm thinking we're just going to wait around here, and we'll see if anything happens with Rohan and Isengard, and maybe we'll see if they actually start fighting each other a little bit. Well, this is actually going to give me a good opportunity to test Rohan's strength on an open field. I believe we have fought them once before. Unfortunately, we are once again joined by someone from the Dunlendings. Actually, there's a bunch of people from there, and I didn't really want that to happen, to be honest. I actually would have preferred to do battle with them one-on-one, because that's more adequately going to give me an idea as to how strong these guys actually are. You could see here, though, that they're actually pretty good in terms of their horse archery and things. Nowhere near the same kind of strength that horse archers from the Elven factions have, but they're going to be... they're pretty good, you know, they're pretty proficient in what they do, so obviously there is indeed that. And can we actually kill this guy, or what is actually going on here? I'm shooting at him, but apparently I'm just not hitting him. There we go. We finally got him dead. And maybe I'm going to be able to do the same here. But the horse archers are, of course, proving to be extremely frustrating to fight against. So let's see if I can maybe do something about this. Got to compensate for the movement from his movement and my movement, and maybe if I can just eliminate his mount, that's all that I really need to do, because then he's just going to be a regular archer and it's going to be super easy for us to deal with him. But yeah, seems like these guys are very much proving to be a huge headache. Oh, nice hit right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the kinds of things I want to see, and maybe we can get a couple more. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Maybe another one. Nope. Okay, never mind. Oh, that guy's got a spear. Got to be a bit careful of that. Thank you. And we got more of our people coming in from the other side of the battlefield as well. So let me actually just... yes. Yes. Oh, elite footman. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty good. Not bad. Maybe we can get a couple more. A couple more of these would be nice. Level up my proficiency. And... the enemy is obviously proving themselves to be rather resilient at the moment. I mean, I don't even really know who this guy is, to be honest. I haven't really seen him before or done much against him, even in the Uruk series, as far as I can tell. I think that this guy has either been added, or he was just extremely evasive and maybe a little bit hard to encounter in my previous series, because I played Uruk, obviously. I played Uruk as a member of Isengard, and I was mostly in the area around here. And I don't know, I think I must have fought this guy a couple of times, but maybe I just can't remember. That's probably it. Anyway, how many people are actually still alive here? We only have 3 still remaining, and no doubt you know what they are. Oh yes. They are indeed horse archers. So let's see if I can maybe do a little bit of sniping. Yeah. A little bit more. Nice. There we go. We actually eliminated him. Can you believe it? Yeah, that was... I mean, that was not a good shot, but it was certainly a shot that I never thought I would be able to hit in a million years, because that's generally how things go for me. But thankfully, there we go. That was a nice little hit to finish things off. Okay, so there we go. We actually only took 2 wounded. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, so otherwise good quality metal scraps. That's always nice, and we're going to get some really, really good experience gained from that as well. We've got some warlords and so on to join us. Okay, so yeah, there's not too much going on, unfortunately, apart from that that little fight that we got into there. I've looked around. I basically looked around all the way around here, and I haven't really seen any vassals from Rohan at all, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. I've seen a bunch of foragers. I've seen some patrols and stuff like that, but I haven't seen anything else, and that is very surprising to me. I'm not entirely sure why that even is, because I know for certain that they haven't been eliminated, I mean killed. They are certainly in the game somewhere, but I just don't know where. It could very easily be the fact that they might be helping Gondor potentially, or they might just be licking their wounds in some of the garrisons in and around the area, which is more than probable. But I'm looking at Edoras. I've looked at Hornburg, but maybe they've appeared there now. Let me actually just take a quick look. Yeah, there's one in there, but look at him. He's only got 18. Look at that. 18. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, so yeah, he's really down on his luck, that fellow. And who else do we have in here? Who's that? Grimbold. Ah, he's got 128. He would definitely be a worthy match for us at this point, but he's obviously unknown when he's going to exit from his little vacation. Ooh, I should probably go to Rivendell and actually help out Master Bolg, because obviously Rivendell, they only have the one camp, so if we can eliminate that one camp, then they're done. They're gone, and they will no longer be bothering us with their exceptional archers. So let's see if I can maybe make that happen. I'm going to need to make a brief stopover at Troll Cave first, though, because I am going to need a little bit of food. As you can see, Oh. They apparently don't have a marketplace here. Okay, good to know. I had no idea that that was the case, but yes, as you can see, Master Bolg was actually defeated in battle before I could even get over there, so I guess it makes no sense anyway. But, you know, I tried. Alright, well, let's just see what is actually going on, because, oh, look. Hello there. Master Bolg! Master Bolg is actually here. Westfold has been besieged as well by Chief Wolf. So, and yeah, and we've also got Thranduil's halls. Everything is going on right now. I would love these guys. Come on, where are you going? Where are you going, Master Bolg? Come back here. What is he doing? He's patrolling. He's patrolling around the gates of Moria. That is probably not the best idea, sir. I would like a council with you. Okay, wait a minute. I can't accept this mission right now. Can I give you a task? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. Yeah, nothing. There is nothing that I can actually tell him to do, unfortunately. So the only thing I can do is maybe try to do battle with a couple of elves here. He's going to go in there, as you can quite clearly see. And there's only two. What? Literally, look at this. There's only 251 here. We would easily be able to take this if Master Bolg would actually, you know, get over here and do the deed, but unfortunately he's not doing that. So yeah, bit of an odd spot to be in. There's Celeborn. He's obviously got 148. We do not want to fight him in Lorien Forest at all. That is going to be super Death Wish time. Oh, haha, hello. What is going on here then? I will do battle with you, sir. Okay, he's moving at 5.2. I'm moving at 5.3. Let's hope that he doesn't go closer to these guys. Did he really just get in there? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay, well, I guess that's actually going to be it for this episode. I would have loved to have gotten into a fight with oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's completely ignoring. Oh, massive mistake on his part. This is great. Wow, that was a huge error. He was just completely ignoring every enemy and was only concerned with obeying his liege's command. And that is exactly the reason why he's now in this battle with us, because if he had ignored, or at least had the common sense to just be a little bit wary in his attacks, then we would have probably run into Lord Elrond himself, and we would have been a really bad spot. We would have been in a really bad spot right there. So thankfully he did exactly that. He did exactly what we wanted him to do, especially considering if they called for a campaign right there, that's the kind of result we want. It really is. And yeah, obviously my troll is going to be a little bit useless in these kinds of fights, because we do want to kind of attack the enemy as fast as we possibly can, because we just do not want them setting up any kind of defensive positions. And now that I see the battle map, fighting in Lorien is actually not even that bad. Fighting in Lorien seems to be actually pretty good. It doesn't seem that bad at all. and it seems pretty easy for us to achieve victory there. There's Lord Elrond. He's running around with 22. Is he serious about this? I don't even know. I don't even know what to say to this. These guys are literally throwing their combat strength away. I say that before I get completely destroyed and devastated. My entire forces just thrown and scattered to the wind. Let's hope that that does not happen, of course, but they are taking up extremely good defensive positions on the hill here, so I'm a little bit worried about this, of course. But what else can I do? What else can I do except try to do as much damage as possible to them with my bow, try to distract them a little bit while my forces charge at them from behind, and as you can see, a number of infantry have actually broken formation, which is exactly the kind of thing we want them to do. We really, really do want them to panic. We want them to panic, we want them to scatter, we want them to go all over the place and not really know what to do, not really know where to go, and all that stuff, because that's going to mean that they have an even worse time defending against us. They're not going to have a united front, and their spearmen are going to have a much harder time of dealing with our cavalry, because they don't have a huge amount of spearmen. They'll have a handful of them, certainly, but they won't be able to really deal with us as efficiently as they would otherwise want to, you know. So it's going to be a super nice victory for us, I hope, at least. Rivendell Riders, they're actually quite good, from what I can tell so far. Whoa. Have we literally lost a huge amount of people right now? It seems like that might indeed be the case. Oh no. Is this the beginning of the end for me? No, it seems like we're okay. It's okay so far. Don't get shot. Don't get shot in the face. Thank you. There we go. Okay, now my Warriors of the Ox are actually catching up, which is actually quite nice. And I feel like this is a pretty decent strategy to have, even though it's a super dumb one. You know, it's really, really stupid what I'm tending to do here, which is basically just charge in with our cavalry as fast as we possibly can before the enemy has pretty much any chance to react to it and get into a better defensive position. Although they are already on a hill, so I don't know what better they could get, but the point is, we just try to attack them as fast and as aggressively as we can, and then after we've weakened them, and after we've kind of broken up their lines, that's when our units without the shields and with the slow-moving footmen come in, and they're berserkers, obviously, so the archers will not be able to tear them apart as easily if they come in at that point. So I think the strategy is actually okay, even though it is pretty stupid the way that it's being done, because I literally just do charge and that's it. But I think it's actually quite effective, amazingly enough. So I guess that's all right. Anyway, there you go. We've leveled up a couple more people, and we now have this guy that we might want to fight. I think he's probably going to make it back into Rivendell Camp. Yes, indeed he is. And we have no food to eat, so I'm going to have to do something about that. But there you go. That's going to be the end of this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.